Hello, 6th graders. Welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to deal with another chapter from grade 6 science, that is living organism and their surroundings. Seems a very interesting chapter as the name suggests, and of course it is a chapter out of your biology. And guys, let me tell you that you are going to enjoy this session a lot because I have enjoyed making this video a lot for you people, and this is a really interesting chapter. Basics. This is going to clear all your basics about living organisms. This video is really going to be super helpful, so do not forget to watch it till the end. Yeah, without doing any further ado, let us begin with the particular video, living organism and their surrounding. So before beginning, let me tell you, please do check out the description box. The link will be provided in the description box for the doubt solving form. If you have any doubt related to this chapter, you can write me down in the doubt solving form. The link for suggestion form is in the description box. If you have any suggestion regarding my teaching, or if you want any videos of your choice, you can write me in the suggestion form. As well as with these people, I do have one more thing for you, that is session notes. So in order to get session notes, you can just check out the description box. I have the link for session notes, as well as the quiz for this particular chapter. Link is in the description box, so do place the quiz, do not forget. Now let us begin. So first of all, let us understand the meaning of an organism. What exactly is an organism? An organism is simply defined as any living thing ranging from microscopic bacteria to large elephants and everything in the between. Now here you can simply, when someone asks you what is organism, you can simply say it, every living thing is an organism. Every living thing is an organism. Now how? Now here in organism, if you observe, then the word organ comes, O-R-G-N. In organism, the word organ comes, right? So the word organ here denotes that the organisms are made up of organ systems. The word organ here denotes that organisms are made up of organ system. Organ systems are made up of organ. Which are the organ systems? Circulatory system, respiratory system, reproductive system. All of these are organ systems. And organ systems are made up of organs. For example, let us take it as reproductive system. Reproductive system is made up of testes, ovaries and everything, like ducts and everything, right? And if we take digestive system, the digestive system is made up of first of all, the very first thing where your digestion starts here is your buccal cavity, then your intestine, small intestine, large intestine, then your stomach. Okay, so these are all your organs that are involved in particular organ system, and then those organs are made up of tissues, and tissues are made up of cell. Every living organism is made up of cell, right? Cell is the smallest unit, and with cell, a lot of cells. See, this particular unit is a cell, but many cells, when they come together, this is known as a tissue. So this is what we organisms are. Organisms, now we can say to anything ranging from microscopic bacteria, means microorganism, to large elephants. How large are elephants, right? Everything, these are all organisms, not microorganisms. Now people, different types of plants and animals are found in different areas. Means in a particular area, it is not possible that all the types of plants and animals will be found, right? अलग-अलग जगहों पे अलग-अलग तरह के plants and animals are found. For example, let us take it as desert. In desert, your camels are found. In desert, have you ever seen a cat roaming? No, because it is not a place where a cat can even live. It is a place where not only camel, of course other animals, but where camel lives, right? Now one more example. Let us take it as water. Inside your water, what fishes live? Inside water, fishes live. Now can you live inside water? Can we humans live inside water? So answer is no. So this is, different organisms are found in different areas. For example, your forests have camel and cactus plants, your cactus plants, okay? Here there's some issue. Beaches show coconut, and here beaches show coconut trees and crabs. In beaches you will find mostly your coconut trees and crabs. Fishes and other marine animals inhabit in the sea. Inhabit in the sea means they live inside the sea. Now what are the different characteristics of living organism? We need to understand those characteristics makes living different from non-living. Okay, so what are the difference between living and non-living? First of all, non-living is something that is not living, and living is something that is living. Okay, that lives, that has a life. They cannot move by themselves. So non-living things cannot move by themselves. Non-living things cannot move by themselves. Okay, for example, your car, it move without your support. You have to move it, right? Or for a toy car I am talking, you have to move it, or you need a remote to control it, right? So it is a non-living thing. Now in example, let us take it as plants. Can plants move by themselves? So answer is no, they cannot move, right? So how can we say that they are living? How can we say that they are living if they cannot move? So they will be non-living, right? If something cannot move, that will be non-living. But plants also do move. They show a bit movement that we are going to learn further. Now they do not actually can move, but they show a bit movement. They do not grow. Now non-living things will not grow. Your book, take up just take up your book. Your book is a non-living thing. It is not going to grow. You are growing. Your height is increasing. Your weight is increasing, right? So you are growing, but that book is not growing, right? So non-living things do not grow. They do not eat. Non-living things do not eat because they never feel hungry. As they are not living, they do not need it. They do not talk. You cannot talk to non-living things, right? But at some cases, non-living things can talk. Like for example, your Google Assistant, it can talk to you, right? So this is sort of like the Google Assistant that you have made is also a robot, a non-living thing that is made by humans only. Now these are the objects which do not need water, air and nutrition for their survival. Now non-living things do not need water, air, nutrients for their survival. We living things need those things. Now living things, we can move by ourselves. We grow, right? We can even grow. Now we eat as well, like we feel very hungry, right? We can talk as well with everyone, like I'm talking to you right now. They reproduce. They like non-living things cannot reproduce, but living things do reproduce. And these are the objects which need water and nutrients for their survival. Now moving on, our next topic is this: the change of specific features and habitats which enables a plant or an animal to live in a particular habitat is called adaptation. Now what exactly is adaptation? Very important, people. Here let us go to learn it. So the changes of a specific features means, for example, here wherever you are living, for example, just a second, what I'll do is I'll just increase the size. Okay, the place where you're living, for example, you're living in must be you are living in Jammu. Okay, must be you're living in Jammu and Kashmir, very famous place, right? So if you're living out there mostly winter season will be there, and you cannot tolerate winter. You can never tolerate winter, means it's out of your control. You cannot tolerate winter. So what you are going to do is, you're just going to go out of Jammu in the winter season. What you are going to do is, you're going to just go out of Jammu and you are going to go to some other place that is not that hot. For example, let us take it as Mumbai. Winter hardly happens, right? So let us go to Mumbai. So in Mumbai you'll be like very happy at that time, because now you do not have to face that Jammu wala winter. So this is known as migration. Now in this what we have done is, we have moved ourselves. हम लोगों ने अपनी जगह ही बदल ली. But एक और टर्म आता है, that is your adaptation, जिसमें आप अपनी जगह नहीं बदलते. You are making yourselves to live. नहीं, यहीं पे रहना है हम लोगों को. So अगर हमको वहीं पे रहना है तो कुछ चेंजेस अपने बॉडी में करने पड़ेंगे, right? So there are some special features in our body. हमारे बॉडी में कुछ फीचर्स और हैबिट्स होते हैं. फीचर्स मतलब कुछ चीज़ें होती है. There are some things. Like in class 7 you are going to learn this entire chapter in more detail, right? So now let us just get a note of this. Let us get just a simple hold of this thing. So there are some features. For example, let us look at polar bears. Polar bear. Now polar here, the name suggests that it has to live in a very cold place, right? अब polar bears को नहीं ठंडी लगती क्या? They must also feel like, oh, it's really cold here. But why do they not feel like that? This is all because of some characteristics in them. What are those characteristics? Oh, they have thick skin. उनकी जो स्किन होती है ना, दैट इज़ वेरी थिक. अब थिक स्किन होती है, अगर आप ऊपर अपना थिक सा कुछ लेयर लगा लेते हो, फॉर एग्जाम्पल ऑफ अ ब्लैंकेट, अ थिक लेयर ऑफ ब्लैंकेट ऑफ क्विल्ट, ओके, व्हाट इज गोइंग टू हैपन? यू आर नॉट गोइंग टू एनीवे फील कोल्ड. You will be able to control it. Same way happens with them also. So they have thick skin that helps to do it. सो इन दूसरे दूसरे जो एनिमल्स होते हैं जो उस जगह पे रह रहे, फॉर एग्जाम्पल अगर आप हम लोगों ने फिशेज को, इफ फिशेज आर लिविंग इन वाटर, दे आर हैविंग सम स्पेशल फीचर्स दैट मेक्स देम लिव इन वाटर. Guys, what I have for you is, आप लोग you have to go to my playlist of scientific trivia. Link of the playlist is in the description box. उस साइंटिफिक ट्रिविया की प्लेलिस्ट में आप जाओ, उस साइंटिफिक ट्रिविया की प्लेलिस्ट में, लिंक डिस्क्रिप्शन में, उसमें एक वीडियो होगी. उसमें वीडियो क्या होगी, वीडियो का नाम होगा सुपर पावर्स दैट अ कैमल हैज़, सुपर पावर्स दैट अ कैमल हैज़. ठीक है, उसके सुपर पावर के बारे में होगी दैट मेक्स इट टू लिव इन डेजर्ट. उसमें आप ये टॉपिक और भी ज़्यादा अच्छे से समझ जाओगे उस पर्टिकुलर वीडियो के थ्रू. तो वो वीडियो जाओ, जाके देखो, बहुत 1 मिनट 2 मिनट्स की, इट इज़ अ वेरी स्मॉल वीडियो, यू हैव टू जस्ट वॉच इट. सो इन दैट वी हैव टॉक्ड अबाउट द कैमल अडेप्ट हो रहा है, अडेप्टेशन की उसमें बात की गई है कि कैमल इज़ लिविंग इन डेजर्ट. तो ऐसी क्या चीज़ है दैट इज़ मेकिंग इट टू लिव इन डेजर्ट? व्हाट इज़ दैट पर्टिकुलर थिंग दैट इज़ मेकिंग इट टू लिव इन डेजर्ट? For example, fishes, they have to live in water. They have gills to live in water. कैमल्स के पास भी बहुत सारी चीज़ें होती है दैट मेक्स देम लिव इन डेजर्ट. ऐसे नहीं कि कहीं पे भी जाके रह लेते हैं. ओके, इट इज़ नॉट लाइक दैट, लाइक कहीं पे भी रह सकते हैं हम लोग. वी हैव सम स्पेसिफिक फीचर्स इन आवर सेल्फ्स एंड वी हैव सम हैबिट्स दैट मेक्स अस लिव इन सम पर्टिकुलर प्लेस. एंड कैमल्स के साथ भी वैसा ही है. तो कैमल वाला वीडियो यू गाइज हैव टू विजिट इट, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. मार्क इट एज स्टार, you have to visit it. Now, habitat. The surrounding where organism live is called a habitat. Now, where is our habitat? Our habitat is home. Dogs, it's kennel. For like lions and everything, it is cave. So, this is what habitat is. The plants and animals that live on land are said to be terrestrial habitats. Now, we are animals. We humans are animals and we live on land. We are not living inside water, right? We are not living inside water. So, we are terrestrial. Our habitat is a sort of terrestrial habitat. Now, for example, आपका देख लो camels. Camels live in desert. So, desert is also on land only. So, they are also belonging to terrestrial habitats. Now, one more example of terrestrial habitat, your mountain range. Mountain range, that is also an example of your terrestrial habitat. Now, people, moving on with the same topic, the habitats of plants and animals that live in water are called aquatic habitats. For example, your fishes. Fishes live in water. Fishes live in water, so they are aquatic. They are known as aquatic animals. Now, fishes, when we talk about like seahorses, they all are aquatic because they live inside water. Now, animals, they are animals. For plants, we can say like water lily, lotus. These are all your aquatic plants because they live inside water. So, their habitat is a sort of aquatic habitat. Now, biotic and abiotic component of our ecosystem, or we can say our environment. So, biotic, in short, what we can say is, biotic is the living component. Living component means we humans. Are we living people? Of course, we are living. Abiotic means, for example, that is non-living. Abiotic means not biotic, that is not living. For example, let us take it as your phone, that in which you are watching my video. Must be watching my video in phone, or you must be watching it on a desktop. Okay, on a desktop, a computer, laptop, or anything like desktop, or you must be watching it in a, let us take it as a tab. So, all of these are your non-living things. Okay, all of these are your non-living things. Now, the living things such as plants and animals in a habitat are its biotic components. Various non-living things such as rocks, soil, air, and water in the habitat constitute its abiotic component. Now, these are resources, sort of resources that we can make usage of, that we can utilize. So, those are your biotic and abiotic, means living and non-living. Now, living beings show movement. Now, let us learn about living beings. As we have already learned, that living beings show movement means they can move. Animals move from one place to another and also show the other body movements. Now, animals can move from one place to another. For example, your cow, your dogs, your cats, your camels. They can move from one place to another. We humans, we can even move from one place to another because एक जगह पे हमें रहा नहीं जाता है, right people? Now, plants are generally anchored in the soil. वो ज़्यादा tightly fixed through their roots and stems into the soil. Okay, so they cannot move from one place to another. So that means that they do not show any movement. So they do show movement, people. However, various substances like water, minerals, and the food synthesized by the plants move from one part to the other, but they show movement like the food that they are making here. the food that they are making, okay, the food that they are making, through that steam it has to go from, like for example, how can we exactly think about a plant? This is a plant, let us take it as a plant. Now if this is a plant, here are its like different branches, leaves and everything is here, okay. Now what is going to happen with this plant? Do you know, when water will be sucked through the stem roots, then it is going through the steam, it will go to all the parts of the plant, something like this. So here they are showing some movement. If you haven't learned this chapter on getting to know plants yet, so please do learn it, because उस chapter में हम लोगों ने इस topic को discuss किया है in detail together. Now plants also show some other kinds of movements, like opening and closing of flower buds. Now you must have seen, like जब तक flower open नहीं होता, जब तक flower पूरी अच्छी तरीके से खिलता नहीं है, that is in the bud. So bud धीरे धीरे करके खुल जाता है, right? It opens, like it is a very slow change. धीरे धीरे करके it takes 2 to 3 days or even more it can take, like to open. Now once it has opened, it looks a very beautiful flower. You must have observed. So that is a movement shown by plants to us, not to us, but of course we see that movement and we have observed that. Now let us talk about respiration. What exactly is respiration? Respiration is necessary for all living organisms to sustain in the earth. It is through respiration that food finally obtains energy from the food it takes. So the food that you are taking, the food that you are consuming, will only not give you energy. You need to respire if you want energy. You need to respire if you need energy. Some animals may have different mechanisms for the exchange of gases, which is a part of respiration process. Now different animals have different mechanism, and all mechanisms are a part of this particular process known as respiration. For example, earthworms. Earthworms breathe through their skin, and the fish have gills for using oxygen dissolved in water. So fishes cannot breathe oxygen that is not dissolved in water. It cannot directly breathe oxygen. It has to breathe oxygen only if it is dissolved in water, right? We humans also breathe. Respiration, in easiest term we can say breathing, okay. In easiest term we can say it as breathing. Now let me clear this, okay. In humans, we respire by breathing in oxygen, breathing out carbon dioxide. Now we humans breathe in oxygen. We need oxygen for inhalation, that is known as. We need carbon dioxide. Do we exactly need carbon dioxide to exhale? No, because we actually make it, right? When you inhale oxygen, then the same air comes out of you, but now it is not oxygen, now it is carbon dioxide. Just take a deep breath. When you are taking in the breath, then you are inhaling, okay, inhalation. Then you are taking oxygen. But after once you release your breath, okay, then you are, that is known as exhalation, that is your carbon dioxide. Response to stimulus. Living organisms response to stimulus. Changes in our surroundings that makes us respond to them are called stimuli. In our surrounding, a lot of changes take place. और उन changes पे जब हम लोग कुछ अपना response देते हैं, then that is known as your stimuli. All living beings react to changes in their surroundings. सारे ही living beings react करते हैं changes पे in their surroundings. For example, winter आता है. In winter, we just winter जैसे ही आता है, we take out our sweaters and everything. And then जैसे ही winter चला जाता है, we just keep it aside and we wear cotton clothes, then sleeveless clothes, because that's much comfortable in summers, right? So this is, for example, in response to increased temperature in summer, we use fans to cool our homes. तो अगर summer आ जाती है, then we are using fans, so we are responding to stimulus, okay. This is as simple as possible. I have made this topic. Now excretion. What exactly is excretion? All living things take food. We all are taking food, but वो food में से nutrients होता है that our body is like utilizing. But then what about the waste that is left? सारे जो food होते हैं, सारे ही use नहीं हो सकते. We are using a part of it. You see, if you are consuming this much of food, then a part of it will be used. इतना use हो जाएगा, but बाकी का जो रहा वो कहाँ? Where will it go? So it will be excreted. Like उसको बोला जाता है आपका excretion. Unused remaining food becomes waste and needs to be excreted. Our body also produces some waste like urea. Urea means your like urea, right? When you seriously like pee, okay, when you pee, so that is when you are that is your body waste that you are releasing out of your body, and that you are excreting something. In other life processes, this just keeps on happening. Living organisms get rid of all this waste material, and the process is known as excretion. So in short, what is excretion? Getting rid of all the waste material from the body is known as excretion. Now people, moving on with the next topic, that is reproduction. Now as I have talked about reproduction a bit in this session as well, so let us learn about it. All living organisms give rise to a new organism of their own kind by a process called reproduction. Now this definition is very important, so please remember this out. So one living organism is giving rise to another living organism of their own kind. Means, for example, if you are taking a tulsi plant, the seeds that the tulsi plant is making, if you sow those seeds, then one new tulsi plant will come, and that will be exactly a tulsi plant. तुलसी प्लांट से जो सीड्स निकलते हैं, वो सीड्स अगर आप सो करते हो तो उससे मैंगो के प्लांट्स बनेंगे? नहीं, तुलसी के ही प्लांट मिलेंगे. मीन्स दे आर गिविंग राइज टू ऑर्गेनिज्म ऑफ देयर ओन काइंड. खुद के ही तरह के ऑर्गेनिज्म को राइज दे रहे हैं. दे आर लाइक डिफरेंट. ह्यूमंस गिव राइज टू ह्यूमंस ओनली, दे डू नॉट गिव राइज टू मंकीज, है ना. सो आपके मम्मी पापा दे मस्ट बी कॉलिंग यू दैट यू आर मंकी, राइट. तुम तो बहुत बंदर जैसे हो, तुम तो बहुत यू लाइक अ मंकी, राइट. बट you are human. They are just like we can say in a sense that you are humans, you are not monkeys. But when your parents call it, then it's all okay about it. The mode of reproduction may be different in different animals and plants. So there are two modes basically, your sexual reproduction and asexual reproduction, that you are going to learn further in 7th standard also and in 8th standard. Some animals produce their young ones through eggs, like your hens and everything, and some animals they give birth to young ones. Means they are giving birth directly, like we humans, we aren't producing eggs, we are giving birth. Plants produce seeds which germinate into new plants, and some plants also reproduce through paths other than seeds, like vegetative proportion, that you are going to learn everything in 7th standard. And it is, this is that you have to learn about reproduction in this class. In our next upcoming classes like 7th standard, 8th standard, you are going to learn more about it. Now guys, we have completed the entire chapter. Let me tell you, this was a very interesting chapter, and this is going to make up your basics very well. So I hope you guys have enjoyed the video, and if you did enjoy, then do not forget to subscribe to my channel and hit on that like button. People, I want you guys to hit on that like button so that you get I understand that you have actually enjoyed this video. And do not forget to press on that bell icon once you subscribe to my channel, so that you get notified each time I upload a new video. And nowadays, if you haven't attended the mega quiz yet, then please do attend the mega quiz, because that is really going to be awesome. In the mega quiz, this chapter is of course not included of the mega quiz part 1, but guys, if you want more such amazing mega quizzes, then you have to participate in this mega quiz. So guys, let us meet in our next video. Till then, take care, tata, bye bye, stay safe, hello.